Hi everyone, welcome to the OneCodeCamp channel. So in this video, we will explore the update and delete operations in Mongoose. So these operations ensure precise modification and secure removal of documents. So we will emphasize how Mongoose maintains data integrity with atomic updates and controlled deletions. It will also highlight the versatility of middleware hooks for custom logic before updates and removals. So around this video will give you a glimpse of Mongoose data manipulation capabilities. So let's get started.
Welcome back to OneCodeCamp. My name is Ian and this is part 4 of our Mongoose tutorial. At this point, we already know how to look up specific records and manipulate data entry. But for this video, we will look closer into the process of updating documents in some other ways. Let's get coding. Updating documents in Mongoose involves modifying existing data while ensuring data integrity. Mongoose provides several methods for updating documents, and we're going to try the 3 most commonly used ones. So here on our screen, we have an ongoing project. We have 2 files inside our project. The first one being the app.js file. This file connects our project to the MongoDB server installed on our computer locally. The other file, the book.js, this defines our database schema. These are the information that we want our document for every record that we will be entering on our database. So we have here a book record, and we want for it to have the information such as title, author, publication year, and genre, as well as created at. Now, back to our app.js file, we're going to discuss the findByIdAndUpdate method first. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to invoke a async function and then run. This codes the findByIdAndUpdate. It helps us find a specific document by using its ID number, and then we can update any field that we will specify on the code. And then once we execute the code, it will return us the new value or the new record of that document. So after inside our function, we're going to declare 2 variables. We have first the book ID, which will be a placeholder for a specific ID's record. And then down here, we also wanted to create another variable for the record that we will be updating. Let's make sure it awaits. So this is how we're going to initialize the find by ID and update. Now this function can accept 3 parameters. The first one is the ID of the document we want to update. So we're calling that variable in here. And then the second one is we can specify any field that we want to be updated. So let's say from our book record, we just want to update the author field. So inside the string in here, we should indicate the new information that we want the document to be updated to. And then the third one, these are like additional options or additional details that we want the update to possess. In our case, we're going to use new true. Now, this line of code, it returns the updated document within the operation. This can be useful when you want to immediately work with the updated data after you update the operation. So once that's there, we just want to see it happening on the console. So we're logging this console, and we will just be calling in the variable for the updated record. So let's see. Now, let's fill out these fields with our information. Let's get in an object ID. The way we do it is we are going to show all the records inside our database up to this point, so we can see the object IDs that we have available. So first, let us comment out this line of codes. And then let's create a new one down here. So I'm creating another variable. Let's name it show record. And then we're calling in the book collections, executing the find method. Now, us not putting in any parameters inside our find method just means that we are trying to request for all of the records that we have on our file. So let's just show that on our console log, saving the file and running the node app.js file again. and it should show us everything we have at this point. There we have it. So these are all the records inside our books collection. We just need to get an object ID from one of the documents. Let's just get this last record. Let's comment this line of codes this time, uncomment our findByIdAndUpdate code, and then let's put here the ID. Alright, and then one other information we need to change with the author. So for this ID, we have Alicia Keys as our author. For this book, we want to change that to Mandy Moore. Okay. See if it'll update our document. Alright, there we have it. So you can see by using the findByIdAndUpdate, again, it looks up that specific ID we requested through our codes and then update the field that we specify on it. Next, let me show you the updateOne method this time. So let's just get rid of all these codes up here. And then we're just gonna do a very simple record. This updateOne method is used to like update a single document that will match the specified filter criteria. It updates the first document that meets the condition that we give to it. And it actually takes in two parameters. The first one is a filter object that specifies the documents to be updated. And then the second one is an update object which defines the changes that we want to be made. Now, it does not return the updated document, but instead, it returns a MongoDB response object indicating the success of the update. So, we'll see all of that in action. Let's go ahead and make an example here. So first, let us create another variable. Let's name it update record. And then this is our book collection. Then we're using updateOne. Now, like what we've discussed, the first parameter is the filter we're going to use to look up the record or the document that we want to change. So I'm going to try to look up our document using the author field, and this should be enclosed in a curly brace. And then for the second parameter is the value that we want updated. So let's say we want to change the title. Okay. Alright, so maybe we can go with which author do we remember? Maybe let's just use the last one, Mandy Moore. And then we want to update Mandy Moore's book. I think if I remember correctly, it has a title of autobiography, but it changes to Only Hope. Alright, so let's go ahead and save the file. Node up.js. And as you can see, the console is not providing us with anything. Let's try to add in a console line. So that log update record. Don't forget our semicolon. And we had a typo in here. Okay, that should do it this time. Okay, now as you can see, just like what we've mentioned, it will not return us the document that we just changed, but it will instead send you like some sort of acknowledgement that it did receive your request and it was able to execute the request properly. Now, just to really make sure that we're able to change this record, we can have that shown. Let us comment this out. And then let's just try to show the record on the console. So let's use the variable show record again. Oh, wait. Defining our collection. And then let's just use the find method, specifying the field we would like to use as a filter. So maybe let's just use author to make it easier. We're looking for the record that has Mandy Moore as its author. Okay, so that log show that. Let me make sure everything's typed in here correctly. Okay, I think we're good. Let's now run this again. And there we have it. As you can see, it shows us the document reads is requested to be changed, and it did change the title from autobiography to Only Hope this time. The third and last method that we're going to talk about for updating documents is the findOneAndUpdate method. So let's remove all these codes again, get rid of them, and then I'm gonna declare updated book, or I think we go for record for the first one. So let's just use the same variables to keep the simplicity of our code. Now the findOneAndUpdate is used to find a single document that matches the specified filter criteria, and then we update it. And then unlike the updateOne method, it returns the updated document this time. Now this method takes in 3 parameters. The first one is the filter object. The second one is the update object, or the changes we want to happen on that specific field. And then the third one is actually optional. It's just like another line of code that takes control of the behavior of the update and the return document. It returns the updated document by default, or the original document if the new option is set to false. So let me show that to you in action. So it's again find one and up. Alright, so now let's specify the 3 parameters. So let us go for title again. So we're using this first parameter as the filter object. This is how we're going to obtain a record to change. So let's just leave that blank for now. Let's go straight ahead to the second parameter, which would be the same field, or the field that you wanted to be updated. We'll be changing that as empty also. And then the third one, of course, we want to use it is for us to demonstrate how it works with the complete parameters for this method. So new, and then we're setting this to be true. Now for the first parameter, it should be the old value for the field that we're trying to retrieve. So let us again change the title of our Only Hope book. So the old subject, or the current title of the book is Only Hope. We are going to change it again to something else. I think we can just set it back to autobiography. Let's make it 10 this time. Was not able to keep count of the autobiography book we have, so let's just keep it to 10. And let me make sure everything's typed in here correctly. So we're saving the file. Let's see how it looks like on our console. And it did not show us anything again. That's because we did not specify our console.login. So updated record, making sure it's typing correctly this time. Okay. It says null. Updated record. Let's try to see if we can again retrieve this file from our database using the find method. Oops. It should only be this line of codes. So we're using again the show record variable, that find. We're using author as our filter criteria. Sorted log show record. Let's see why it's giving us an error. And that goes away. Let's see if we are able to change the title of this one. And it did. As you can see, it's now showing the title as autobiography 10 versus the Only Hope title that it has before. Now, if you'll notice, both the updateOne and findOneAndUpdate methods are provided by Mongoose to update the documents in a MongoDB collection, but they have like slight common criteria, or like a common function. Now, to differentiate the two, the updateOne method is used for actually bulk updates on one or more documents, while the find one and update is used when you need to find a specific document, update it, and then maybe potentially retrieve the updated document in a single operation. The choice between them, of course, depends on your use case and whether you need to retrieve the updated document or just perform the update operation. Alright, so those are the ways on how we can update a document using Mongoose. Now next, we're going to move ahead and discuss how to delete the documents this time. Now, Mongoose allows for safe document deletion within methods like findByIdAndDelete, deleteOne, and the last one is deleteMany. These are actually just counterparts of those methods we talked earlier, like the findByIdAndUpdate, updateOne, and findOneAndUpdate. Only this time, instead of updating the documents, it gets deleted. So the first method we want to talk about is the findByIdAndDelete. So let me move all these. Let us just comment this one out just in case we needed this again later on. And then it's pretty straightforward, just like all the methods we have done earlier. So we wanted to add in here a variable deleted. Let's just name it deleted record. And then define the collection. Find this one. This is the one we're looking for. And then we, of course, specify the ID that we want to get rid of. Now let's just go with the last document that we interacted with. Here goes the object ID. And then we, of course, want to see how it looks like on our console. Let us first try to say something. Book deleted. Deleted record. There you go. Alright, so this code, this the findByIdAndDelete, finds the document that we wanted to delete, and then it actually returns the deleted document. So let me just show that to you. And let's run the file again. It's returning us a null, deleted. Let me see what might have gone wrong. 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Our ID in here is correct. Let's try to look up another. Let's try another ID then. Let's see if it'll give us the same error. Let's go for this one, the autobiography one. Okay, let me just make sure we have everything correctly. So there goes our object ID. Okay, let's save this. And then run the request again. Okay, so this time it returns us the document that we just requested to be deleted. Alright, now for the next one, we want to talk about the deleteOne method. So the way we do it is very simple, just like the findByIdAndDelete. Let's just leave this variable as is. And then let's type in deleteOne. And then you will just need to identify which filter would you like to use to pull out the record. So we're going for title. Now maybe this time we can have this autobiography then deleted, since this is the one we attempted to delete earlier. Put that up there. And then the deleteOne method actually does not return anything. But let's try to see if us logging it into our console will work. So we want to say book deleted. And then just call in the variable deleted record. Okay, make sure you save the file. And let's see what's going to happen. Okay. Alright, well, as you can see, it did not return the document that we deleted, but it did give us a message acknowledging that it received our request and was able to delete the file. Just to confirm if it was really deleted, let's try to use this line of code down here. Good thing we have not get rid of it yet. So the author is Middleware. Let's see if it will return us anything. Save the file. And there we have it. So it returns as an empty array, which means that it was successful. You were able to get rid of that document, and this book, autobiography 10, is no longer in our record. So for the last delete method, we want to use the deleteMany. Now the deleteMany just like delete multiple documents with like a specific information that we want to add on it. So let's comment this out again. Might comment handy later on. Let me fix my indentation, and let's uncomment this one now. So for the deleteMany, let's keep it as is, and then just replace it with deleteMany. Alright, now on our book collections, we actually have multiple books that has the same title. Like this is, so these are all the records we have. We were able to create multiple records for the book The Great Gatsby. That's on the very first part when we're trying to execute or to like create a model for our project. So that's before we set up like a validation of not allowing the same title to be entered on our record. So we would like to see, since that's I think the only record that we have multiple titles of, let's see if we can have all those deleted. So let me go ahead and put in here the title of The Great Gatsby. So we just wanted to replace this with The Great Gatsby. And then we're going to leave everything as is. We also want for this to be log on our console. Now for deleteMany, we just need to modify the console.log line. Here on deleteMany method, multiple documents again with a specific author since or title, since that's the filter that we use. It will be all deleted, all matching records will be deleted, and then we can have the number of all deleted documents log. So we want to see how much or how many documents has been deleted from our record. So deleted record, let's replace this with deleted record dot deleted found. Okay, let's run that. Alright, so it's showing us that it was able to delete 2 documents from our database which matches the title we specified as The Great Gatsby. So since we're able to understand it now how to update and delete documents, we're going to discuss the middleware we can use before we can really proceed with either of them. Now, in addition to the kinds of middleware that we talked about from our previous video, we can also utilize some of those prior to update and delete requests. Now, there are actually just 2 middlewares that we're going to talk about right now. The first one is what we call the pre-remove hooks, and then the second one is the pre-update hooks. So each of them just are just specific to either removing, deleting a document, and the other one is responsible for setting up conditions before you can totally update a document. So in here, this time we're gonna use our book.js file. Down here, past our validation, I want to show you how those 2 middlewares look like. So let's go for the pre-remove hooks first. We're going to define again the schema that we have and then put in the pre keyword. Inside our parentheses, we're just going to say remove. And then we're calling in an async function. And this will be an anonymous function that passes in a next parameter, which is actually just a callback that lets the next step, if there is any, after this function to proceed or to be executed if certain conditions are being met. So let's see inside our function, we're gonna write in here await, and then now we're gonna include in here a built-in method, perform some cleaning up, and then we are of course identifying the next function in here. So this is how our pre-remove hooks look like. Now, for the pre-update hook, it's pretty much the same. Let me copy and paste this there. Now we will just need to change a few things. So instead of remove, we need to change it to updateOne. And then our pre-update hook doesn't have a parameter. Okay. All right. And then down here, instead of perform some cleanup, we want to say perform pre-update task. And then along with this keyword, I'm going to say get query. Right. And then we don't have the next callback function there. Okay, let me see, where should this go? We have an extra close bracket in here. Okay, that looks like it. So these two middlewares we have are actually works at the back end, and it actually won't be able to show us any action through our console. But what we would like to focus on are these codes in here. So these lines of code are like typically used, or we can actually both use these middleware functions to perform some custom cleanup or additional actions just before a document is removed or updated from the database. Like we can add in here some tasks or any specification that we wanted to take place before a document can be deleted or can be updated. Now that's actually pretty much it for this video. Updating and deleting documents in Mongoose involves using various methods to modify data with precision. These operations ensure that the data have consistency and can be enhanced with middleware hooks for custom actions before or after updates and deletion. Now, I also would like to let you know that these are not all the functions available for when we wanted to update or delete a document. I will be providing the link to our, MongoDB website, so you can have an idea of how much more update and delete method are there available, just in case you wanted to check it out. So thank you again for sticking out to our video tutorial this far. We will be having I think 1 or 2 more videos to come, and I hope to see you guys on the next video as well. Thank you guys for viewing, and goodbye for now.